Hey everybody, what's up? I'm bringing you a story by Bounding Into Comics, and the title is New Report Claims Hollywood Focus Groups Overwhelmingly Prefer a Fake, Problematic TV Show to Real Woke Production. This is going to be a really interesting read because what it talks about is audiences being pulled in for a study, and it turns out that they preferred a show that was created just for this test, a fake movie with fake generic plot points, and then they put that alongside another film with actual effort put into the writing with a plot, but it's very woke, and audiences preferred the former, and I find that to be really funny. We're going to read about that here. According to a new report, when presented with a choice between the two, Hollywood focus groups are overwhelmingly favoring a fake television show filled with problematic elements over a woke series that is actually in production. You can see Stacey Abrams here playing the, I think she's like the president of the universe or whatever. She plays the president of Earth in that show, and it is what it is. A typical industry practice, focus groups are a sort of group interview conducted by various studios to gauge the interest of various demographics in a given product, such as a film, television show, or video game. As allegedly detailed to independent Disney reporter WDW Pro by one of their verified insiders, over the past 2 years, one unnamed studio has been organizing a number of such interviews in order to gauge interest in one of their new, already greenlit police action series. Here we go. So they had a police show that is woke, I'm assuming from what I'm reading here. To do so, they screened 3 episodes of said series, as well as 3 episodes of a fake, tonally opposite cop show, produced solely for the purpose of the focus group, and afterwards asked participants which of the 2 options they found more engaging. So like, do you like this one? It's like really a piece of crap, honestly. Or do you like this one, which is okay, but it's woke? And what did they say to it? They said, as detailed by WDW Pro's sources, Show A, which is currently in production, follows the story of a young POC policewoman who gets dumped by her girlfriend and transfers to a new precinct in a southern town where she is shocked by the racism, sexism, and abuse of power of her new colleagues, as well as their poor relations with the communities they serve. That just sounds like the best show ever. Where can I sign up to watch it immediately, please? With few friends, she doesn't know who are the good guys and who are the bad guys anymore, and has to watch her back on and off duty while she tries to initiate change both in her department and in her community. So she's got the cops after her, and she's got the white men after her, the older white men, they're all after her as well. That's what the show is about. I guess it's not really a cop show. All right, on the opposite end of the spectrum, Show B presented viewers with 2 young detectives, 2 white guys, one Ivy League and the other a good old boy, who are partnered in Vegas where they cultivate informants and recurring girlfriends. I mean, that sounds like any other TV show, but every episode includes a fist fight with chairs and bottles flying. Every second episode has a car chase. What? Car chases? Bottles exploding? Give me the show. Not really, but, I mean, it sounds a whole lot more fun than the previous thing that we were offered. Every episode, I think that is the point, by the way. I mean, they're not offering much, but they really wanted to see if people would choose just a generically bad written normal show as opposed to this politically driven, edgy, woke show. Every episode includes a fistfight with chairs and bottles flying. Every second episode has a car chase, detailed the insider. Alleys with blowing newspapers, jumping from rooftop to rooftop, unnecessarily overpowered firearms, and muscle cars on the strip. Vegas location used to the hilt, from grungy and run down to full-on glam. An explosion per episode. Tough police chief who supposedly hates the 2 rookies, but he really has a heart of gold. Good-natured camaraderie among officers. Helicopter unit heavily featured along with a canine as a semi-regular. Dude, that's a cool cop show. They continued. Vegas is Vegas. Cops are good. Bad guys are the bad guys, and they either get shot, blown up, or caught and go to jail. That's amazing. It sounds like great time on the couch with the television. Unfortunately for the studio, according to the insider, Show B tested better with all groups, no matter age, sex, or race. Wow. Show B tested better. The production house went on to pitch Show A to a couple of streamers with a few modifications. It was always their intent to pitch Show A. show B was only there as a control, an assemblage of classic cop show beats to learn from. So this show not only was just a show created specifically for the study, it was also basically a copycat for other cop shows, and it still did way better than the other woke show that they were offering up as part of this test. That's really interesting. And then we got Reacher here. Reacher was actually a good show. Interestingly, as pointed out by The Insider, while episodes for show A were adapted outlines done by the real writers of the proposed show, show B episodes were quickly hacked up adapted old episodes of Starsky and Hutch with the car swapped out for a Dodge Challenger. They would rather have that. That's amazing. Very little effort was put on the audio and the animatics. We objected at the discrepancy in quality of the presentation materials, they recalled, but it didn't matter. Show B popped huge, just huge. The leads, the chief, Vegas, the women, explosions, the helicopter, the car, the dog, all of it. It's like he's coming to a realization. He's like, people like this stuff. They like just general entertainment where things are blowing up. It's almost like they don't want a political message. That's so strange. I'm actually really glad they did this test. It's really revealing, and as it should be. And they just took scenes from Starsky and Hutch, just old episodes, and then they just switch out the car. That's really funny. And they still preferred that over... This is a test show. Like, this is... People are just... Either everyone's a troll, which I highly doubt, or they just genuinely do not like woke writing. Maybe that's what it is. In light of this feedback, the studio was said to have gone back and made a few modifications to show A before pitching it to streamers. So they made some modifications. However, as per The Insider, streamers still apparently passed on show A, though they note that the project is not dead, but is instead being reworked with a supposed military setting and is still being shopped around. So what they're modifying it, like, it's still woke, but now we're going to make it a bit more military so it's a bit more appealing to people who liked the other show better. Okay. Ultimately, WDW Pro's source concluded, man, somebody is going to get real rich putting a 1970s, 1980s style cop show on the air one of these days. Just buy up the rights to some old Starsky and Hutch episodes and give them a very slight polish and you'd be golden. I mean, basically what this test is saying is people don't like woke movies. It's showing with all of the crazy stuff happening with Warner Brothers right now. It's with all the failed Disney shows. Oh, there's just so many failed Disney shows, and it's actually causing okay to maybe good shows suffering as a result on Disney Plus, like Andor, which is not an entirely bad show, but that people not watching that show is the result of all of the other Disney BS that's been going on, and now people just aren't tuning into these Star Wars shows. I mean, the same thing goes for an article that I actually read today. And they're charging like $4,800 to $6,000 for people to go onto the Galactic Star Cruiser, and they can't even fill up like even a quarter of their usual booking percentages. Like they only get like 25% of the people that they're supposed to have booked there to actually go there. And they're not making a lot of money, but they still keep raising all their prices. And just Disney's all bad news. But as you can see here at the top, that this is the Terminal List, which is a really great show that I highly recommend. It does not go where you think that it goes. And that's me saying that's huge. Don't sleep on that show. The Terminal List is amazing. She-Hulk, definitely, in my opinion, pass on that unless you want to be preached at, especially if you are my biological sex. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. I mean, this is pretty alarming for Hollywood, but I mean, this is what happens when you try to wokeify literally everything. And now you're suffering as a result because audiences have spoken. I hope you all have a beautiful day. Thank you for watching. Like and share this video. Subscribe, click that notification bell. I swear I'll get the hang of this. And I hope to see you all again next time.